Welcome everybody. Today we are finding out which rock band would win in a physical fight. This isn't about the quality of the music. This isn't about who you like. This is who would win a physical cage match, okay? Now, we're going to leave some things open to creativity here. There are no rules in this fight. Anything you can connect to the band based on their name or based on the names of their songs, anything else, or even knowing about them as people, these are all things that can factor in to their fighting ability. Anything's fair game in this fight. So for anyone who's new here, the way we do these tournaments is we use straw polls and you guys vote on who you think should move on to the next round. So similar to last time, we're going to be doing quad death matches for the first round. One will move on to the final 8. From there on, it will be simple 1v1s to determine the winner. So as you can see, there are 32 entrants on screen. This time I have not picked any of them. I'm going to leave it all up to chat to pick all 32 entrants. Okay, before we continue on our quest to find out which band would win the ultimate war, I want to talk to you about a different kind of quest, Guitar Quest. Guitar Quest is Rob Scallon's new course for aspiring guitarists, and just like Rob's YouTube videos, it's pretty awesome. Guitar Quest gives a fresh, creative take on guitar practice that allows you to actually visualize the progress you're making as a musician. Once you sign up, you'll start off with your first mission. There's a concert at your nearby venue, but the guitarist flopped. You'll have to fill in, and Rob's going to help you prepare for the show. After each mission you complete, you gain XP, level up, and move further in your quest. There's even a final boss to defeat, which is pretty darn cool if you ask me. One thing I've struggled with in the past when practicing guitar is having a clear set of goals and checkpoints to motivate me to continue. And this program solves that issue perfectly. It's kind of like combining the fun of a video game with the purpose of a training curriculum. You get the best of both worlds. Chill it out, take it slow, then you rock out the show. If you want to start or improve your guitar playing today, go to guitarquest.com or use the link in my description so they know that Mike sent you. Thanks to Guitar Quest for sponsoring today's video, and enjoy the rest of the video. Sure, we'll start off with the Doors then. Oasis, Noel smashed a cricket bat over Liam's head once. That's what we want to see. Will they show that same energy towards their opponents? We'll just have to find out. Yeah, Slipknot does have 1,000 members, so I think they are a shoo-in. System of a Down, just look at Shavo. Fair enough. Radiohead, because they have radios for heads, they won't feel headshots. That is true. We got to think of, it's not only about offense, but it's about defense here. Who can take a hit and, outlast the opponent. Green Day, Billy Joe has strong arms. That is true. He is named Billy Joe Armstrong for a reason. We'll see if that arm strength will make a difference. Pantera will show a vulgar display of power. That is true. Foo Fighters, Dave broke his leg during a live show but continued the whole set. Well, they held his leg in place. If you can withstand something like that, I think you'll do pretty well in the ring. Also, Guns N' Roses, I'm going to put my own reason here. They do have a track called Get in the Ring, so I think that might bode well for them. Van Halen, because if you get hit by a van, you die. That is true. Like I said, there are no rules. Vehicles are allowed, and if you're coming into here with a van, your odds are looking pretty good. The Eagles can fly to avoid attacks. Oh, man. That is true. Dream Theater takes stamina to play for 20 minutes. That is true. All of their songs are like 80 minutes long. Gorillas, yeah. What does the average gorilla weigh? There are a lot of guys in that band too, aren't they? 21 pilots would crash a plane. That is true. There's no way you could have a cohesive working flight with that many pilots. Pretty deadly. I don't like this band at all, but Five Finger Death Punch, not only are they punching you, but that's instant death right there, right? And the lead singer is named Ivan Moody. I wouldn't want to mess with someone in a bad mood. The White Stripes, because a 7-nation army couldn't hold them back. Oh man, that's a pretty strong argument. Dragon Force, because they've gone through the fire and the flames, plus they have a dragon. That's kind of a 2-for-1. 2 solid reasons. Creedence Clearwater Revival can revive themselves if they die. That is true. They also have like 8,000 songs about rain, so and even in their name Clearwater, I wonder if they have some sort of water ability that could benefit them. Avenged Sevenfold, because of their song A Little Piece of Heaven. True. I'm not even gonna go into explaining that song, but look it up on your own thing if you don't know. Queen, Freddie was a boxer and beat Sid Vicious. Weezer, I don't know. What's Weezer gonna do? Cough? Like, come on. Iron Maiden has Eddie on their side. That is true. Slayer, yeah. In the name. Jimmy Eat World. That is pretty intimidating. If he eats an entire world, I don't think he would have any qualms about eating a human being. Kiss? What are they going to do? Kiss the opponent? I did see AC/DC, and to be fair, they have the power of thunder on their side. Like, I don't know how many of these bands could withstand a thunder strike. Red Hot Chili Peppers can burn their opponents. True, true. The Beatles have a yellow submarine. They've got a battleship, bro. That is true. And it would be water resistant, which would hold up well against Creedence Clearwater Revival. So Disturbed just for the wah. Okay, I'll put Disturbed in there. Nickelback because they have metal backs. They also have a singer who's just a straight up Chad, so I don't know. I think that's a huge advantage as well. Smashing Pumpkins because they're pros at smashing pumpkins. That's a little bit intimidating. I will admit, I don't know if they'll be one of the favorites to win here, but it's something. The Killers, of course. Metallica will kill them all. Kill them all. Kill them all. Yeah, I guess Megadeth's a good one. Starting off, it will be The Doors, Megadeth, Dragon Force, and the White Stripes. Again, this isn't a popularity contest, this is a war. So just a quick review before we vote. The Doors, I mean, they're doors, right? Like, it's pretty hard to bash through a door, especially if there are a few of them. I don't know if they're lined up consecutively or if they're spread out, but that's a factor. Megadeth, they have the Symphony of Destruction. Also, purely the fact that they are named after mass death. Dragon Force, they made it through the fire and the flames. They also have a dragon on their side, so it could help them out a lot. And then the White Stripes, an entire Seven Nation army, couldn't hold them back. Sounds pretty impressive to me. Anyway, we have our first votes in. Megadeth is pulling way ahead. The White Stripes in second, Dragon Force in third. The Doors looking very weak and pathetic right now compared to the other three, but Megadeth will be moving on to the second round. Our next quad match will be Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and the Foo Fighters. If they can fight Foo, they can fight anything. I think that's very well said. And we are off as the timer starts. Guns N' Roses with the first few votes, the Foo Fighters tying it up. Foo Fighters pulling ahead. Chili Peppers moving up into second place, but do they have enough time? Foo Fighters look like they are going to take this one as the timer sounds. Foo Fighters will be moving on with a score of 43. Right now, we are doing Radiohead, Nickelback, Iron Maiden, and Dream Theater. We will now get started, and our first votes, Iron Maiden taking the early lead as the timer starts. Iron Maiden pulling incredibly ahead, 63% now. Nickelback, Radiohead, and Dream Theater do not look like they have a chance. Iron Maiden will be moving on with a score of 67, by far our largest margin of victory thus far. Our final quad bracket on the left side will be Gorillaz, Queen, Smashing Pumpkins, and System of a Down. We have started. Timer's on. Let's see our early votes. Gorillaz have the first lead, up to 41%, down to 38%. System of a Down could make a comeback. System of a Down pulls ahead to 38%, 20 seconds to go, up to 40%. Gorillaz had an early lead, but they let it slip away. System of a Down fans coming in strong with the pocket votes. System of a Down, as the timer sounds, will be moving on to the next round. To be honest, it is pretty refreshing seeing Queen, as much as I love them, lose in the first round of one of these tournaments. Now, looking at the right side of the bracket, we have Slipknot, The Killers, Avenged Sevenfold, and 21 Pilots. Also, that's a good point. If Koray would push his fingers into his eyes, Lord knows what he would do to someone else. As we will get started, our first vote's going to Slipknot. Slipknot with a huge lead. The Killers getting a little bit closer, but I don't know if it'll be enough. 21 Pilots and Avenged Sevenfold don't look like they even have a chance. Slipknot looks like they will be moving on to the next round. Our next death match is the Eagles, Slayer, Disturbed, and Green Day. We are now started. Let's see our early votes. Slayer with the first lead as the timer starts. Slayer pulling even further ahead. Disturbed, Green Day, the Eagles don't even have a chance. Slayer will be moving on to the next round. Now, our second last quad death match on the right side will be between Pantera, the Beatles, Jimmy Eat World, and Van Halen. We will start the timer as we see our early votes. First vote going to the Beatles. Pantera pulling ahead. Jimmy Eat World not too far behind. Oh, it's real close. 20-20 between Pantera and Jimmy Eat World. We have 18 seconds to go. This is going to be our closest one yet. Pantera looks like they will be moving on to the next round. Got a little closer at the end, but wasn't enough. Our final quad death match between Five Finger Death Punch, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Metallica, and Oasis. Metallica does have the Sandman on their side. They also have Lars, who can be frightening at times. As we have our first votes, the timer starts. Our early lead going to Five Finger Death Punch. Metallica not too far behind. Five Finger Death Punch 4 votes ahead. 22 seconds to go. Metallica pulls ahead though with some pocket votes in the mid-time range. 10 seconds to go. Metallica has the lead. I think this is going to last as Metallica will be moving on to the next round. We're now on to our quarterfinals. The 8 bands remaining: Megadeth, Foo Fighters, Iron Maiden, System of a Down, Slipknot, Slayer, Pantera, and Metallica. But our first bracket will be on the top left here: Megadeth and Foo Fighters. The winner will be moving on to the semifinals. Right off the bat, Megadeth with a slight lead. The timer sounding at 22 seconds. Megadeth getting further and further away, getting stronger and stronger. The timer sounds. Megadeth will be moving on, where they will face the winner of the following match, which will be Iron Maiden versus System of a Down. I'm now noticing that every band remaining is a metal band, now that the Foo Fighters have been eliminated. As I start the timer, System of a Down pulling in front. Will this lead hold up? Iron Maiden taking the lead again. Actually, it is 50-50. Only 16 seconds to go. System of a Down pulling ahead. We have never seen more of a back and forth battle than this. System of a Down with a 2-vote lead. 9 seconds to go. Can they hold up? No, they can't. Iron Maiden pulls ahead by 3. 5 seconds to go. Iron Maiden pulling ahead. We have 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And it is over. Iron Maiden will be moving on. When we're talking about fighting, it can only help to be named after a torture device. Quite intimidating indeed. We'll now move on to the right side of the bracket: Slipknot and Slayer. Again, Slipknot definitely has the advantage numbers-wise. A band of thousands and thousands of members. But Slayer, perhaps an advantage when it comes to experience in battle, slaying many in their lifetime. Let's see our early results between Slipknot and Slayer. Slipknot with the first lead as we start the timer, up to 52%, up to 60%. It might appear that the numbers were just too grand for Slayer to be able to handle. 18 seconds to go, but I don't think it's going to matter. Slipknot seemingly getting stronger and stronger. Slipknot with a final score of 62%. They only got stronger as time went on. Perhaps some of their members were late to the battle. Our last quarterfinal will be between Pantera and Metallica. Lars does sue everything in his way, so it's a short battle. I don't know if he'll have time to execute an entire lawsuit, but knowing Lars, it is definitely on the table. It is within the realm of possibility. Our first votes, 3-3 to start it off. Metallica with an incredible lead, up to 80%. Probably the biggest we've ever seen, down to 73, but it's not going to matter. It's just over. Pantera getting absolutely destroyed as the timer will sound. As we have our final 4 in the semifinal: Megadeth, Iron Maiden, Slipknot, and Metallica. But only one can win the fight. Metallica could use the Saint Anger snare. That's like a war crime, but definitely something they could use. Slipknot has the most psychosocial members. That is true. Now that we've done a little bit of analysis, let's get into our first semi-final match: Megadeth versus Iron Maiden. Let's see our early votes. Iron Maiden with the first vote. Iron Maiden pulling ahead, up to 66%, down to 52%. It's getting real close. 21 seconds. Megadeth up to 58%. 10 seconds to go. I don't know if there's any chance of Iron Maiden coming back here. It looks like Megadeth will be moving on to the finals. It's in their name, Megadeth. The death does not stop even when Iron Maiden stands in their way. 55 the final score as Megadeth moves on to the finals. Slipknot versus Metallica will be our second semi-final, as we will now start our second semi-final. Timer started. Metallica with the first vote. Slipknot pulling ahead, up to 57, down to 55. There is still some time to mount a comeback. It's getting real close. 1 vote gap. Slipknot just ahead. Now Slipknot pulling up even further. 10 seconds to go, up to 57. It looks like Slipknot will be moving on to the finals. The snare drum, James's right hand, none of it was enough. Slipknot moves on. Perhaps Metallica was able to wipe out a good chunk of the Slipknot band, but too many members to get through in a mere 30-second battle. As we have our finals, Megadeth and Slipknot. Chat, what do we think here? Corey's neck, that's one we haven't talked about before, but one that is very significant. Megadeth has aliens from Hangar 18 that can beat Slipknot. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a big factor. Bro, 9 dudes against 4, there's no way they win. 9? You think Slipknot only has 9 members? Try 9,000. Very sad to see all these bands just absolutely defeated, crushed, destroyed, but only one will live another day. And I mean that literally this time. Megadeth versus Slipknot will be our final. as we begin. As the timer starts, Slipknot starting off with a little bit of a lead, going down to 60%, but still looking pretty solid, down to 57%. Slipknot up to 61%. Megadeth needs something, and they need something now. 5 seconds ago, it looks like this is all over. As the timer sounds, Slipknot has destroyed the entire world, defeated and killed and maimed every single individual in the entire music industry. Slipknot are the last people standing on Earth. A score of 62%, a very incredible feat. Slipknot are your champions. As per our tradition, you guys know exactly what we are doing right now. On screen, we will be grabbing some delicious Comic Sans font. Although they say the quality of your fighting ability matters, at the end of the day, what it looks like it came down to today was pure quantity. Slipknot just too many members to handle. They have won. Thank you everyone for stopping by and watching this video. If you want to see more tournaments like this, I've linked some on screen. Check out my channel. We do tournaments like this every week. Be sure to subscribe and have a great day.